it's so funny. Women like to say that they're morally superior to men, and in many ways they are. But I never understood why uh, being more interested in shopping than pornography made you morally superior. Because if you look at what most women go to on the internet, it's shopping sites, and what
women like verbal pornography.
Well,
it's true. It's
what,
true.
Meaning
so
dirty talk.
There's a typical pornographic stories, but not visual. Like men are pornographic visually, women are pornographic semantically. There's a big literature on this.
But what is it? I can't.
Well, there's a classic story. It's the story of every Harlequin romance, and there are pornographic Harlequin romances. And
you're saved by a handsome.
Well, that's part of it. It's 50 Shades of Grey, right? Which is the biggest selling novel ever. Right. Okay. So
I believe directed by a woman, written by a woman, and certainly enjoyed by women.
Yes, right at the height of Me Too, by the way.
Yes, well, the first one may. Me Too. Yes, book, correct. Yes.
Yeah. So that was very interesting. Okay, so here's the plot. It's Beauty and the Beast. So the Google engineers figured this out because they looked at billions of internet searches for pornographic material from women, and they analyzed the narrative.
Really?
Yeah. It's so
cool. How do you know that?
There's a book called A Billion Wicked Thoughts that the Google engineers wrote.
Oh.
Yeah, and Google engineers make great psychologists because they're too stupid to be politically correct. So they just tell you what's actually true, and they don't even know that there's something wrong with it. It's like, this is just what happened, because they're engineers.
Right. You know? They're nerds.
Yeah. So they just think, this is what the data shows. You got a problem with that? Like, how would anyone have a problem with that? Because they're engineers, right? Okay, so there's 5 male categories that are hyper attractive on the pornographic front to women: vampires, werewolves, pirates, surgeons, and billionaires. Well, hey, that's right, man. So, I can't help this. This is just how it is. And so
if you were a billionaire pirate with a medical degree, you could fucking kill it out there.
You'd be like, well, you'd be slaying it. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so now the next part of it is, a lot of the build-up is foreplay. So what happens is that the billionaire pirate, werewolf, vampire finds this girl who has kind of a secret beauty, right? And they have a very fractious...
A secret beauty, yes.
Yeah, well, it's like a Hollywood librarian.
Well, I mean,
she's not beautiful with her glasses
because
on.
that covers anybody who's reading it to thinking who's not very attractive. They could think, well, I have a secret beauty.
Exactly.
It weighs a ton, but it's secret.
Okay, now they have a fractious relationship, right? Because he's attractive to all sorts of other women, and there's quite a bit of tension and fighting. But eventually, she tames him with her secret beauty. And then that's when the wild sex starts.
Not just her secret beauty, but her awesome personality. Well.
So that's the female pornographic pattern, by the way. Yeah. Yes. And it's verbal.
But come on. Not as many women read Harlequin romances as men view pornography. All men look at pornography. I don't think all women do that. I think women are a little more.
I don't know. I wouldn't know how to quantify the comparison exactly, but believe me, there's 50 Shades of Grey is a great example.
Yes.
Plenty of people.
No. Women. I mean, look. Women are in a bind now because the politics tells them to say one thing, especially about sex.
We're definitely going to get in trouble here,
I don't care.
Trouble's coming for sure.
If either one of us cared, would we be this far along? What you have to do is lean in. I mean, that's what we both do. It's like, no, I'm going to trust that there are this certain percentage, hopefully more than the 3% psychos.
Yeah, hopefully.
Who are sane people, who are, again, the idea that the people who they say are these arch conservative bad guys now, the Canadian professor or Barry Weiss, a lesbian.
Joe Rogan, gateway to the alt-right.
Yeah.
I know, Joe, he's conservative, man. He's never met anybody more conservative than Joe Rogan.
Sam Harris, these people who were, like, it wasn't that long ago when we were just regular liberal folks that... We're having someone on the show. Rachel Bilson is an actress coming on. I can't wait to talk to her because she made a statement about how she basically likes sex. And it was like she likes the guy. She just basically described the entire experience of my whole life. Like, women, do they want to be raped? Of course not. Should you be rough? No. Blah, blah, blah. but they want a man. They don't. If they wanted to be with a woman, they could do that. And I don't know what her exact words were, but it was something like, "I like." It's this all shit about that's why the fantasy is this. They want a guy. There's a fine line that a gentleman knows how to pull off between not being scary or rapey or over the line, but having a pair of balls and just not being a woman at all. Being, yes, is it domination?
And also not being a narcissistic psychopath.
Right.
So you see that really well laid out in Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Because there's Gaston, and he's like Trudeau. He's like Justin Trudeau, except more muscular. And no, definitely. And Beauty is relatively she's clued in, she's intelligent, and she prefers the guy who's like the actual Beast because he's honest and tameable. And that, like, the female pornographic literary structure is identical to Beauty and the Beast. It's the same story.
So in the Beauty and the Beast, she has another choice for a lover?
Yeah, the Beast.
No, but another
Gaston. He's
no. Was there
narcissistic.
another guy who was Gaston is not the Beast?
No, Gaston is the guy who is trying to entice Beauty, who ends up trying to kill the Beast, but the Beast kills
Gaston
him.
is a regular-looking guy.
He's extremely handsome, and like the dopey girls in the village really love
so
him.
He's
he's very narcissistic, and
yeah.
So he's the fake. He's a fake.
Yeah, but he's like, Niedermeyer in Animal House, right? I mean, there's always has to be that stiff, good-looking guy in the college movie who the girl, he thinks he can easily get the girl because he's the good-looking captain of the football team.
Yeah. That's Gaston.
And then the subversive dude winds up getting her in the end because that's our fantasy.
Right.
In real life.
That's the fantasy of creative people.
In real life, Gaston gets the girl 9 out of 10 times. I mean, come on. She's a beauty. We're comedians and professors. We're not in that league, bro.
Yeah. Well, at least we do better than engineers.
No. Exactly. Those fucking nerds.